Hello, YouTube, and people out sharing this too. So, a few weeks ago, my favorite game, one of my favorite video games, Hyperdimension Neptunia. The creators of the game announced that they no longer work with Sony, and that was like the main system for the game series. There's been a few for other. There's only been like one for Nintendo Switch, and that was a Super RPG. But most of the time, these have been on Sony's products and everything. Um, and I'm like, okay, cool. I can play. I have reason to play Sony right now because let's be honest, most of my friends don't play me on PlayStation no more and everything. So, they announced a few weeks ago, or probably a couple months, I can't remember right now, that this game is no longer being made on Sony products because apparently the company that made this game and Sony had a falling out, and they just announced that they're no longer working with each other, which is sad, but actually beneficial because I don't got a reason to get PS5 now. So yeah, and I'm like thinking like, why is it throughout history like all the good games seem to be dying off or just something happens and the games are gone forever? Because like I know there's been a bunch of YouTube channels before on Minecraft that are slowly dying because Minecraft is no longer a big thing. I never played Minecraft. Some games on the list I never played. I'm just sad like is how like some games become so good that when one bad thing happens, it's like over. The games are gone forever. I hate when that happens and everything. So let me go over a few games on this that I believe should at least be remembered. If not, probably should be respected. But I will let you know one thing real quick. So for this list, I just went over pretty much the main arc of the game. So like main concept of games. So if like a reboot or remaster came out, it doesn't count. It is no longer that is not a valid content of the game. That's just a reboot, like a version of an old game to make it look better. But technically, it doesn't count in my opinion as a game of the franchise. It's just a pretty much we're bringing you through a midlife crisis to do old games. So that being said, when we get on with it, so when we get rid of this. So like this is actually one game I thought was pretty fun. The Jet Set Radio Future over here. Over here, okay, I'm not used to camera things yet. We're gonna get this right. Okay, okay. So this was a game that came. Only ones I knew of were on the Dreamcast and the Xbox one right here, and it was a really fun game. So the whole concept of the game is you're on these skates and you can do a lot of tricks, grind, go spray paint stuff. You had to fight the cops, a SWAT team, assassins, and you had to beat the boss. Now, what I thought was great about the game was that this game actually had a great concept. So you had games like so this game when you fought the cops, they threw stuff at you like snipers, but then they threw like military grade vehicles at you. Like they threw helicopters, Harriers, tanks, monsters, robots, lethal assassins. And you had to deal with the cops and a gang war at the same time, which made it hilarious. What I liked about the game was like the graffiti. Like you go around spraying graffiti, you had tags. They had to put a warning on it because you gotta remember, people thought spray painting buildings was a good thing. Problem is, you don't have permission or anything that's deemed vandalism. You can get in trouble for it. Then you're in jail or gotta pay a hefty fine. Depends where you live at. What about like about the game besides like where everything had a fight in the other street games was like some of the some of the stuff you could do. So you could do a trick where you could grind a rail, and the rail was like on a like if there was like a telephone pole at the end of the rail, you can really just go and just defying gravity for some reason. Just defying gravity because that made perfect sense apparently for a Japanese game and everything. And I still think this is pretty cool. Well, I actually I know in future here you could get some of the other street games to jump on your team. And I liked it when I got Poison Jam. That was my cool ass group in the game. Even though they didn't really make sense, they were just dumber than what they look. Um, just put like this. Just go type in Jet Set Radio Future and put Poison Jam at the end of it, and you see who I'm talking about. They were pretty cool for a street gang and everything. But yeah, I'm just sad this game no longer got made. Next one, I know this is gonna be might be a little weird to my friend, and he can debate me on this, but I'm gonna just go and say it. Mega Man. Now, the reason I said Mega Man is pretty much a dead game series right now, because so when it came to the whole concept of the game, Mega Man was so you had the first Mega Man for the NES's, and it had like a burner. You had like the Mega Man series, Mega Man X, the 64 games, the Game Boy, the Battle Network, the one they came for the DS, you had all these cool franchises, but let's be honest, they had, and you had like side stories for like Zero, but let's take into consideration they really had nothing going for the games nowadays. They have the couple remasters, and you have like the cameos and other games they have, but there's like officially not a authentic game for this whole character anymore. Like when like before the reboots came out, there was supposed to be like when Mega Man got announced for Super Smash Brothers. I forget which one. There was supposed to be at least 3 Mega Man games made that failed to came out. They were just they were stopped making and everything. So as of right now, I think this franchise, even though it's one of Capcom's best game series, I just think it's dead because the lack of games they have for it. Hopefully, I get proven wrong in the future, but right now I wish this game they come out at least a decent series, or at least just expand the original. But probably not. But I still like this game series. I even have a bunch of. I'm still after a couple of Mega Man Battle Networks and a couple of the old school X's. So this one right here, I'm gonna bring up and everything is actually a collaboration between Square Enix and Nintendo, and it was the Super Mario RPG up there. So this game was a collaboration between the people who made Final Fantasy and Mario. This actually was a fun game. You actually had characters in it that you don't see in other Mario games anymore. You had this one alien dude, I forget his name. I probably should have found a picture of him, but I didn't. His only appearance was in this game, and like you can go buy his costume for the new Smash Brothers for the Switch, but as of that, there's no other games on Nintendo's any of Nintendo's franchises that had this character. And I'm being honest, I didn't play this game, but I have seen gameplay of it. I do think it was pretty cool, the concept of it. You took the scroller of Mario and went, hey, do you want to be a great idea? What we make it like Final Fantasy, because that's pretty much what it was. And I know they had some problems with like apparently like Mario. They want to know if Mario wanted to use Mystic Swords or magic or just stick to his wonky antics. And I do agree that the guy who ran Nintendo was like, "Let's ask the fans at a gaming convention, do you want Mario to play Final Fantasy style or his own wacky antics in in the Mario universe in this game?" And I kind of like when they went with those pretty much option B, everything. Like I never played this game. I'm trying to find it so I can play it. I think it's too cool. I do think it's cool though that this game did have like a bunch of funny stuff in. Like there's actually a part in there's a part in Peach's room you go up to, you hit X, and it says um Peach's secret or special toy. I forget what it was called. I just know it was in there. But yeah, I think this game was supposed to come out for another for the 64, but something happened. So since the 64 and PlayStation 1 were coming out at the same time, and Square Enix thought it was better to move to the PS1, they just stopped making this game franchise for the 64 because 64 couldn't handle the stuff PlayStation could. So that was kind of when Nintendo made their first nosedive and everything. But yeah, I'm just sad this got replaced with Paper Mario. I really do. But that's no one. Now this one might be a little weird. I don't think they make anime for it no more. I don't think at least was Zoids. Now Zoids was a game where pretty much it was like Gundam games, but it had animal based robots than human based. So you had pretty cool stuff. Like you had a giant dinosaur T Rex. You had the Liger had like 20 forms. You know all the cool stuff. I think it was a pretty fun game. I do wish that they made more, but the anime's dead at the moment. And I think this was like I think the only good one I ever encountered. I'm trying to get this right now so I can play it. I think this, I think the reason it fell because Gundam just kept bringing out better stuff. Like Zoids was never popular because I know a bunch of people who like Gundam just talk bad about Zoids. So yeah, I just wish this game series never died. Now the next one I'm surprised died and everything. Was was Bloody Roar. Bloody Roar was a fighting game, but during a fight you can turn into an animal, and it's all you had. It was best 2 out of 3, but you had like 2 bars in it. So you had one bar that was you had one bar that was your health, and when your animal form, you had to put them both to 0 to win, and it was a pretty fun game. So I found they came out with number 4, and number 4 was what was it? Well, I'm thinking here. I'm sorry, I can't think right now. Number 4 had where it was supposed to be like the one that supposed to save the company from going over, and it didn't work. So right now, the last one to get the last one to get is Border War 4 for the PS2, and to tell you the truth, that's actually the hardest one to get out all of them, including the Xbox version. The original Blood War 4 was the last game because what happened was the game came out, then it died next day, so the company went under. Even though there was a big demand for the game, it just had nothing to go with anymore. So next one on the list I want to talk about real quick. So before, I know we came out with that anime series, Sora Online, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it. I like the original concept was the Doc Hack games. Was the Doc Hack series before Sora Online came out? I knew there was a couple problems with Doc Hack, but yeah. But they had 2 game series on the PS2. You had the original, and you had the original, and you had the GU series. So a lot of people don't. Why I had to tell people why these games were better. Sorry, that. So the anime at the time, unlike Sora Online, where you played parts of the animes through the games, the Dark Hack series was you had to watch the anime, then play the games, because that's how you got the whole experience with it. And it was pretty cool concept actually, because pretty much you had like the bottom one there, you had to watch Tsukasa's whole thing, then you had to play it, then you had to go, okay, cool, play it, then you got the whole experience of what happened after Tsukasa's thing, and at the end of that one, when you beat the whole game, you actually got Tsukasa for the final mission, for the final boss fight, and everything. And what I thought was pretty cool was so when you do beat the game and everything, and you go play Dark Hack D2, what took place after Dark Hack Rebirth, was Dark Hack I forget. Well, I don't think it's Rebirth. I don't remember the anime series, but it's pretty much for this one on top. You had to watch the anime series. Then at the end of the anime, it took where the first game took place, everything. And if you had like you said, beaten copy of the second, third, or fourth of the original Dark Hack games, you would have a love letter from Black Rose to like a love letter from Black Rose telling how much you really love Kai and everything, which I thought was pretty cool. Now the only damn thing is, so the original GU games came out at the time where there was about to go online, and so it was a PS2 era game, but it was at the end, close to the end when they started to do PS3 and go online and everything. There was a feature where you could play it. I could never get it because I didn't have access to the internet when this game was out. But overall, I think this game, it's pretty cool. I wish they actually do make an MMO of it. I bet you I'd be streaming that at least 2 or 3 times a week and everything, playing all the raids. Because this was one of my favorite animes. I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. I think it was really great for a concept. Was you watch the show, then you play the game. Which I'm sad they don't do that anymore. And let's be honest, most anime games nowadays are incredibly bad. Like the Sword Online games were bad. I know they made Full Metal Alchemist games that are bad. The Naruto fighting games should be stopped already. Yeah, so overall, I'm just sad these games are gone. Now, the last one I want to talk about is not really the main concept of the thing, but it's Pokemon here. Now, so I ain't talking about like the Pokemon games like Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Platinum, Pearl, blah, blah. I'm not talking about the main concept. I'm talking about like their side games they had and everything. So like Pokemon Colosseum here. You had Pokemon Gale of Darkness. You also have Pokemon Ranger here and everything. And I'm thinking like, now don't get me wrong. I think the original Pokemon game series are good. I'm thinking about getting the Sword and Shield to take play, but let's be honest. So I stopped playing the one before because I had the game and everything, and someone stole my my Pokemon game, my DS, my Pokemon game, and my brother gave me some Pokemon for that game, and I'm like sad it's gone. So I took a hiatus from it. I found Colosseum. I do retro gameplay and everything. Well, not gameplay, just playing the games. But so yeah, that's the thing. But so let me put it like this: when it comes to like the whole Pokemon concept right now, okay? So I think the reason I think Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon Gale Darkness was pretty cool. So in Colosseum, Pokemon had you couldn't go out and just run into a plastic grass, find a Pokemon and capture it. No, you really had to go steal it. Then if once you stole it, you got a once you stole it, you had to go get it purified. Then you had to do all this weird stuff in it. It was a really crazy concept, but it was really good. Gale of Darkness, I haven't explained. My friend Cody has it. We're going to try and do some streams to it, by the way. Gale of Darkness is pretty much like Colosseum. Also, you had to. Also, if you weren't like a terrorist, apparently, because in opening Colosseum, you really blew up a building. Gale of Darkness, you were just trying to help save the Pokemon. Ranger was a good. I never played Ranger because I didn't have a DS at the time when it came out, and I just ignored it when I did get one. Ranger was actually a cool concept because you didn't have to capture the Pokemon. You just had to do a little top thing to get it on your side to help you with the project. I thought was a really cool concept when it came to it. I know Pokemon Pinball was a good game that should have been worked on, but I think it died after the second gen. I don't know if they had a second gen. I don't know if they had a third one or not. I think Stadium should have like been another concept. Then you had like I think like one of the worst Pokemon games ever, and you can debate me on this all you want, is Hey You Pikachu. Because let's be honest, that game was a pain in the butt. And I found out, and I did find this out why that game was a pain in the butt. So if you were a kid that had this game, had Hey You Pikachu, and I have a copy of it, what you do is you tell you had to treat Pikachu like a pet, and that took like a couple days and everything. And you had to use like a little microphone to do stuff and everything. It was a really crazy game. But what I found out later was that so pretty much when kids get older, the voice gets deeper. So Pikachu stopped listening to you, and people were like, so why is this Pikachu not listening to me anymore? So apparently how it worked was he understood the voice that was talking. So since a kid's voice will change, Pikachu never understood the voice. And apparently you need at the microphone only picked up on high squeaky voices. So if you weren't a kid, they wasn't going to listen to you. But like I said, so back to these games. I think the concept of these games should be more endorsed in the Pokemon games, because the thing about it, you had crazy villains, you had a cool concept where you couldn't catch a Pokemon, you had to really steal a Pokemon. Colosseum and Gale of Darkness were just two games that you were constantly tag battles, except at the start of Gale of Darkness where it was just the one thing. I miss that so much right now, but it was pretty cool concept. You just had to steal the Pokemon. That's all you had to do, and you were actually being a good guy stealing the Pokemon if you were trying to help them. Ranger was a good idea. It's just pretty much you had to tame a Pokemon to help you with the project. And I'm sad that no longer exists. I really do. Then you have like there's like Pokemon games that never got released in the U.S., but good thing they came for the Game Boy. So technically, you can go get them for the Game Boy because Game Boy is not region locked. It's like a Pokemon. I think it was called like a Pokemon. It's Pokemon Advance, but it's like Pokemon Tactics. It's like Final Fantasy Tactics, but Pokemon, which I thought that was a pretty cool game. I really knew that didn't exist. I really hope they actually come out with that game somehow to play and everything. But yeah, I'm just sad that like cool concepts won side games and were no come out, and I'm not happy with it. But overall, I'm just going to say I wish these games could come back. I wish they were probably more popular. I know a lot of people go into retro games to find them, but let's be honest, these games died probably the dumbest way and not properly. And it should be thinking about like how some of these big games nowadays are getting ready to die. Like I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy might be dead soon, which would be a gift to me because their fan base is bad in my opinion. Not the games, just the fan base for me. I hope Street Fighter goes away. Like Street Fighter might go away because 5 was terrible, and I don't like Street Fighter 5, but I'm not trying to diss the fans. It's just 5 was a bad game. I think Gears of War might be going. Halo might be going. Call of Duty might be out the window. So just keep that in mind. Just like, why is it that the games that I grew up no longer exist, and the cool concepts these games have no longer exist either? But overall, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.